You have made the argument that this puts this episode, if you will, behind the company. But there are still questions about potential outstanding lawsuits. And you probably saw the comments by some of the claimants yesterday that this is not over. What do you think?
Yes, well, thanks for having me, and good afternoon. So we've been very clear from the outset that there are two very important conditions that need to be met for us to come to the table for a settlement. Number one is it has to be financially reasonable, looking at the exposure overall. And the second one, very important, it has to be something that puts closure to this litigation. Both actually has been achieved for the totality of the glyphosate litigation and some legacy Monsanto litigation. And let me point out one very important thing. The amount of $10.1 to $10.9 billion for the settlement of the glyphosate litigation does not only include the 75% of the cases where we have already written agreements, which, by the way, is a very high quota. It also includes an allowance for the remaining 25% that we are very confident to negotiate settlements with over the next month to come, also based on your prior experience in other cases.
You've been working with Ken Feinberg, who has been trying to mediate this process. He's argued that this will put this behind you. However, you did see some of the claimants yesterday said that they plan to not to settle at all and plan to continue to take you to court. What do you say to them?
Well, I think Ken is the expert that renders his opinion based on his vast and long experience in mediating very, very difficult cases. We believe that we do have a structure in place that does not only address the existing cases that we have, but also the future with the science panel that is going to be put in place. That also brings this discussion back to where it belongs, and that is the scientific assessment of the properties of Roundup. And we are very confident that Roundup is a safe compound that does not cause cancer. So we believe that the science panel is the right body to assess it with binding character also for future claimants.
So that's the question I was going to ask. You obviously believe in Roundup. It's still on the market. On one end, it's still on the market and you believe in it. On the other hand, there's this $10 billion that's going to go out the door. How do you square that circle?
Well, we need to put this litigation behind us and set course for the future, because there are so important things that we need to do as a company that is grounded in science and that works in the areas of health and nutrition. And if you look at the lockdown and the pandemic that still is very, very present, actually especially in the US, the businesses that are open in crisis are doctors' offices, pharmacies, hospitals, and food stores. And that is the businesses we are in. We are in the businesses of health and nutrition. So we have to put this litigation behind us. There's no other way than doing it than with a settlement. And now we have to go back and really do the things that are important for customers, consumers, and patients. And that is to work on better solutions for the future, for the health of our customers and consumers, and also to actually feed a growing population. Every night, there's about 800 million people, even tonight, that go to bed hungry. There's about 10 billion people that need to be fed in the next decades to come. And that is what we are there for. So we are a really systemically important company that can address these challenges of mankind.